Hi there, my name is Aaron Short and welcome to my YouTube channel, and today I'm checking out the Boss IR-2. Let me start by saying it feels like every week for the past 3 years I've said there's another way to amplify your electric guitar, whether it's a new amplifier, a new modeler, a new profiler, a new plugin, various new plugins, various modelers, various everything. Every week for the last 5 years I feel like I've said to someone, here's another way to amplify your electric guitar. So here is another way to amplify your electric guitar. So why do we need this one? I don't usually do reviews of these kind of pedals. I have a Quad Cortex, which I think is great. It covers all the bases I need. It's very flexible. It sounds very good. I have a real tube amp. I recently got an HX Stomp XL just to run down to the local bars and play there and have everything in one. So you're going to say, why do you need this? Well, this pedal is really cool because many pedals of this format, the mini amp and cab pedal, recently they're making them really kind of streamlined. You might get one channel. You'll get no headphone jack. It's kind of getting that way that you've got to buy multiple mini pedals, in my opinion. The great thing about this is Boss have done what they do the best. They've got really great sounds and, well, obviously that's important, but they've also given us all the features we probably need and want, and some others as well. So what's the feature that appeals to me about this? Well, it's small and light. I have a hybrid guitar made by Cole Clark, which is an acoustic guitar with an electric pickup, or actually a full array of electric pickups. To avoid going straight into the PA system, which is just going to give me that basic DI clean sound, I need a pedal. I travel light, I want something really small and light. You don't get much smaller than this, and it gives you 2 channels. But also, this is one of the few of these pedals that's battery powered, because these things do drain a lot of power. The battery life isn't super long, but it's long enough for me to take it to an open mic or a jam or a gig and just play with my hybrid guitar, and that's exactly why I want it. Having said that, there's some other really cool features that I've discovered along the way that I think are great about this pedal. It's incredibly simple, it's affordable, and it's versatile, and I think it sounds really good. Some of the distortion sounds I feel could use a boost in front of them, but of course you can plug your own pedal board into this as well. There's so many ways you could use this. You could use it as a practice amp with the headphones. It's got a USB-C port. You can plug it in and use it as a recording device. You can also use that port and the editor to make changes to the preferences about how the pedal works. You can set the pedal to work in front of an existing amp or set it to work in front of a PA system. It's so flexible and so versatile. It's really, really impressive. It's got a reverb in there. Some of them don't have reverb. It's got a reverb and it's got 3 really great reverbs. Again, you can change the reverb type from the software editor, or as you power it up with a certain key combination, you can do that. I immediately put it onto the plate reverb that you heard earlier, and I love that. I use that reverb anyway, so now I've got it in the pedal. I've got 2 amp sounds. If you press the button, you get green or red. And the way this works is when you're on the green channel, if you dial in, say, a clean amp with this much treble, because each knob is 2 encoders. So you can set the brightness how you want it, the mid how you want it, the bass how you want it. You can set the reverb how you want it, the gain how you want it, and the overall level how you want it. And then if you press the button to go to red and then dial in a sound there, it's just remembered them. That's it. It's done. There's no saving. There's no button presses. You just go to green, dial in the sound you want for your clean channel maybe on the green, press the button onto red, dial in your heavy sound on the red, and it just remembers it. Of course, if you need to make a change, it's not as easy because you can't see what you had previously. But if you turn the knob, you'll hear when it disengages, and then you know where it was originally, and you can tweak from there. You don't really need menus and screens on here because it is so simple, and I love that it is so simple. It's almost like using a little tiny mini 2-channel amp. That's why this is so cool. And like I said earlier, it's easy to use. It sounds really good. It's got so many features in here. If I miss a feature, please let me know in the comments below. But the ones that really interest me are obviously the size and the weight, the battery power, and then the headphone jack, the USB-C port, the desktop editor to change preferences of the pedal. Not to change the actual tones, but to change the preferences of how the pedal works and how the outputs work. And whether you're going in front of an amp or in front of a PA, you can load in your own IRs. That's really cool. You could even use this for acoustic guitar. Just use it as an IR loader. That's the other thing. You can use just the amp or just the IR or both together. It's also got an effects loop. So if you do use it with a pedal board, you can plug in your time-based effects in the effects loop. How they crammed all this in here, I don't know. It's absolutely crazy. As you can see, there's input on the right, effects loop on the right, channel select. You can add another pedal there. And then you've got output A mono, output B, so mono or stereo. And then you've also got the effects return up there as well. This is what I was waiting for, because all those other pedals are cool. I'm sure like the UA pedals are amazing. I haven't played them all yet, but they're just one amp. This gives you all the different flavors that you see on the screen and allows you to easily switch between them. And it's just so simple. It's so compact. It's affordable. This would make a great gift for a guitarist at this time of year. And there's so many guitarists that have a pedal board and an amp, and they could have this to go direct when they need to. And even if you know someone that has 3 modelers, 3 amps, and doesn't need any more gear, which is obviously impossible, there's still a reason to have this. This is so small, if you had this in your gig bag and you're at a band gig and the second guitarist amp went down, just hand them this. You've just saved the gig. Boss killed it with this pedal. They brought it out at just the right time. Now, you might want to take that money and put it into a bigger unit, like one of the bigger Boss units or something like an HX Stomp. Maybe that's more worthwhile if you want a true all-in-one. But if you want something modular that you can add to your pedal board, something that you can have as a backup, and something that can be battery powered, this is the way to go. I think this is really, really cool. I'll just show you a quick demo of how I dial in an actual amp. So I'd go to the green channel, and for my green channel, I just want a nice super clean sound. So I'm going to go to the cleanest amp, and then, like I said, if you play and turn the knob, you'll hear the sound changing. That's all you have to do. I literally just dialed in the tone stack, and there's a wide range on there. There's no presence control, but you don't need it. You heard the bass there. It goes from like no bass to a ton of bass. There's plenty of ways to sculpt your tone there with just the EQ. Then you've got the gain, and then you've got the overall volume to match the two sounds together, because that's now going to remember that. If I now switch over to the red channel by pressing the button once, now if I can dial in the sound here, so I can turn the gain up, turn the volume down. And they are the two sounds that I would personally want. Just that super duper clean and that crunchy, thrashy sound. And then if I press the button, now I'm back to that original clean sound. So there you go. It's that simple. It's that easy. I'd probably take a picture of each just so I can remember which was which, but you don't need to. If you're on the sound and think it's too bright, you just turn the treble and just use your ear to dial it in. It's really easy. It's really refreshing. It's really, really nice. Like I said, plug it into the computer, load up the software that comes with it, and then you can make changes to the routing, changes to which reverb you want, and all the stuff like that. There is one thing that I thought was a negative, which I actually now think is a positive. And no one else has been talking about this, so maybe you can tell me what you think about this in the comments below. But basically, on this Strat, if I am on the pickup here in a quiet position, so if you've got humbucker, a noiseless pickup, or like on this Strat, right, you get the noise on the neck. You can hear the buzzing if you're wearing headphones right now. If you're on the in-between position, obviously it's cancelling out the noise. So now we've got a very low noise floor. But having said that, again, if you listen with headphones very carefully, this is a very small thing, but I think it's worth including. If you're playing really soft, or if there's some little bit of noise coming through, I can hear the hiss of the pickup. The minute I deaden the strings, it's completely silent. So a noise gate has come on, but only when it's really, really quiet. They've set it so it comes on literally when you like mute the strings. My only concern is if you've got super quiet pickups and you like to play very softly, that it may kick in. It's possible. And I wish there was a way to actually turn it off. I don't know why they do this. I had this before on a VG Fender Strat that had batteries and the Roland system built in. I always thought maybe they did it to save battery. But right now the pedal's plugged into power. So why do that? Well, actually, it's quite nice because if you're playing a gig and you put your hands on the strings, and not if you're on the in the middle position, there's hum there from the pickup. So the noise gate isn't turning on. Well, that's what I want. But in those in-between quiet positions, it'll be like this, right? So when your hand's on the strings, there'll be no noise. That's actually really nice. I can talk to the audience and have zero noise. The minute there's a tiny bit of noise coming through, or sound, right, but I just heard it warble, and the string just died and cut out. So I don't know how I feel about this. I don't like the idea of a noise gate being on at all. If I'm playing like a Strat with a clean sound and playing really gently and soft, I don't want any noise gate. I think my one kind of criticism, if you like, to Boss would be let us turn the noise gate off completely. Maybe it's more of an expander than a gate, but whatever it is, it's there. And I'd like the ability to turn that off in the software if possible. That would be really nice. But like I said, I've actually grown to like it because it's so subtle that it allows me to stream. I mean, I can record right now and put my hands over the strings and it's completely silent. Without that gate, you would have some of this noise in the background all the time. Not as much as what you're hearing now because that's the pickup doing that, but you'd have some noise coming through where this is killing all the noise, but only when you mute the strings or play incredibly soft. It's a non-issue, but I think it's worth mentioning. I'll put links below if you want to read the full information on the pedal, you can, and you can also purchase there as well using my links if you want to. If you're new here, please subscribe and ring the bell. I really would appreciate it. And until next time, take care and be well. Thank you.